What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this morning I rolled out of bed and looked out my window, and a huge layer of fog sat over the ocean and my house. Similarly, I remembered that a follower of mine, Ernesto, had mentioned I cover a park known as Takakonuma Greenland that is widely known by many to be haunted, and more often than not, covered in, well, fog. So that's where my inspiration for this video came from. But that fog wasn't the only creepy thing about this place. There were a series of events and deaths that took place here that were bad enough that even the Japanese government attempted to remove all media of it online, and the existing location of it was removed and replaced with essentially a fake one. In fact, the government claimed they demolished it, but photos released in 2014 disproved that. Furthermore, all known photographers who found the park and documented it all seemingly disappeared or left the online community, leaving us with a small handful of random photos and videos drifting around the internet, the majority of whom's original authors are unknown. That, plus the two coasters that operated here, make it one of the urban exploration and roller coaster community's most mysterious and unknown places of all time, and I'm here to uncover it and its coasters. So without further ado, I present the story of an amusement park and its roller coasters that were hidden from the world but still stand today in secret, clinging on to a sad and haunted past. This is the story of Takakonuma Greenland. During construction of Takakonuma Greenland, villagers and local residents began to believe that the park grounds were cursed, and once Takakonuma Greenland opened and people began dying in one odd accident after another, these urban legends and rumors became true. Yes, an estimated 5 to 10 people died at the fault of the park during this time. 2 years later, the amusement park was temporarily closed due to continued worries about the attraction's safety and upkeep, and it would take almost 10 years to determine the rides and equipment were not to blame. The crew was in fact held responsible, and the park was reopened in 1986. However, despite this proof and evidence citing the attractions as safe, Takakonuma Greenland was forced to close permanently as a result of its poor reputation in 1999, and that was the last we heard of it. But its story is only just beginning, and it's safe to say that its history after its closure is just as interesting as its operational one. Because of its permanent closure, the park became rotten and subject to the wrath of nature, though it was still a popular destination for urban explorers, and photos of the deteriorating attractions began to circulate online. These attractions included 2 roller coasters known as Bobster, a Togo-cloned coaster, and Jetstar, a terrain coaster most likely built by Meisho Amusement Machines. The origins of these photographs continue to remain unknown today, and they float around on the internet with no apparent owners because most were removed by the Japanese government. Stranger even, information on Takakonuma Greenland's location has vanished from public domain, and fake coordinates have been placed by the Japanese government, as a number I'll list here. These coordinates lead to the center of Habara, the town in which Takakonuma Greenland is/was located. Furthermore, if you look it up online today, the official answer you'll get is that the park was demolished in 2006 and no longer exists, but that was disproved after an urban explorer by the name of Bill Edwards came into the scene. He's the one that confirmed its current day existence. Bill Edwards was a London-based urban explorer who was known for traveling the world and documenting his adventures into the forgotten places that civilization has left behind. And here's what happened when he went to Takakonuma Greenland. Bill went online in 2007, after the Japanese government said the park had been destroyed, to tell the world that he had once again discovered Takakonuma Greenland and had the photos to prove it. He uploaded numerous photos, but only one of them was successful, and it was about as eerie as it gets. The park was completely engulfed in dense fog, which is not unusual for Takakonuma Greenland given its location, but there was a young girl clad entirely in white that can be seen standing in the midst of the photo. Like Takakonuma Greenland, the young girl was never identified, and Bill Edwards disappeared from all known daily activities and involvement with urban exploration. The single photograph he uploaded was analyzed on other boards, but the conclusion was the same in the end. The park was in reality Takakonuma Greenland, and the photograph was an original taken from a perspective not seen in previous images. The Bill Edwards photo is believed to be posted on message boards from time to time, but it has taken on an urban legend aspect. The photograph is never labeled with the park's name, ensuring that it is never found in Google searches. Some speculate that it's labeled with the variation of the coordinates indicated above, but Takakonuma Greenland, Bill Edwards, and his photograph have all vanished. As for the location of the park itself, it's sketchy, but according to Anomalian.com, if you take Highway 4 north for about an hour, and then turn left just before the train station in Habara, you'll end up in the general area. However, you'll be driving Highway 4 from Fukushima, where a nuclear power plant melted down following the tsunami that slammed Japan, implying that if the park exists, it's most likely badly radioactive at this time, so you might want to wait for a while. Anyways though, that's just a history of a crazy creepy abandoned amusement park that almost sounds too good to be true that may or may not still even exist. What's your take? As always, it's been a major pleasure creating new content for all of you, and I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content, or any of the other stuff we put out. It really does help, especially in reaching our goal of 10,000 subscribers, so I appreciate anything you guys can do. My name's Josiah, and this has been a history and urban legend of Takakonuma Greenland. Stay tuned for another video coming in a couple days, but until then, hope you guys have a good rest of your days, and we'll see you all there. See ya!